What's up, everybody? Joe White here, and you have to excuse me with my voice and my sniffling. I am still sick. WWE Raw, the USA Network slash cable TV era has come to an end. And man, did they go out on a bang. This show was awesome. Um, Very limited commercial interruption, as they advertised. Um, the New Day come out, and they're not able to talk. Those two have so much heat. I love it. I love it. They averted a complete disaster. Here I was, along with everybody else, thinking that they were going to break these guys up and that their careers were going to go in a downward spiral. But no, they have turned them heel and just masterfully turned these guys heel. Um, and then they're trying to speak. Jey Uso comes out, basically takes over the promo. Um, Basically tells the New Day, no yeet. Basically tells them that they've turned their back on everybody, and I think we're gonna get to see Xavier Woods versus Jey Uso again. I think they fought once before on Raw, but we're gonna get to see these two guys go at it on Raw, hopefully in the future. Um, and then after the New Day leaves, uh, Jey Uso basically says that he's gonna let the Tribal Chief handle Jimmy Uso, but he's got some business with with Drew McIntyre, and then all of a sudden Drew McIntyre comes in and attacks him. They separate him. He comes back in, gives him a claymore, takes out Jey Uso. The crowd is livid, even though they still do the 3, 2, 1 countdown with him. Wrestling fans are stupid sometimes, but anyway, we then cut to the back with American Made, and Chad Gable's facing Otis tonight. And of course, Chad says he feels sick. He tried to talk some sense into Otis. He elevated Otis to where he is. Blah blah blah. Typical heel promo. Um, then we had Chad Gable versus Otis, and this was actually pretty good. I even liked the finish with Otis tapping out to the ankle lock. I like this. They had constant interference from the American Made gang there, but I still think the that Julius and Brutus deserve a little bit more of a push, but who knows? Um, we did get a nice video package hyping up Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan next week. There were reports that this was going to be a last woman standing match, but that turns out they haven't advertised it as such. Unless we get some sort of announcement on SmackDown about it, it looks like this is going to be a normal match. Um, we then cut to the Judgment Day's clubhouse, and of course, um, they Finn Balor is not really enamored with Liv Morgan or Raquel, and basically they're causing a schism, if you will, in the Judgment Day there. We then let's see, we Adam Pearce and CM Punk are in the back talking about some things, and then Dakota Kai is in the back with Io warming up. R-Truth versus Pete Dunne never really takes place as Pete Dunne jumps him in the aisleway, and that's pretty much it. He says, "I'm nobody's butch." Um, we then get Zoe Stark versus Dakota Kai. This was okay. It was nothing, It was all right. So I was surprised that Dakota Kai got the win here, but she advances to the finals. Um, we then get a crazy video package featuring the history of Raw on USA Network, and it was quite the video package indeed. Um, Adam Pearce is talking to Seth Rollins in the back, and then John Cena's farewell tour will take place on Raw next week on Netflix. By the way, did you know that Raw's going to Netflix next week? Golly, did they hype that up? As well, they should have. A bunch this Monday night here. Then we get Dominic, JD, and Finn Balor versus Damian Priest, Eric, and Ivar. And this was pretty good. It was a good little 6-man tag here. Damian Priest, Eric, and Ivar getting the win. After the match, Finn attacks Priest when he celebrates the victory. And then Finn was seated, splashes to an injured leg. Eric and Ivar make the save to prevent Finn from hitting the coup de grace on the knee. Jey Uso's in the back, and Adam Pearce stops him. Pearce says that Solo and Drew are not here, and he tells Jay that he will face Drew McIntyre. Um, we go to a commercial with more Penta graphics, so Penta's definitely coming. I don't know if he's going to be on the Raw on the first Raw on Netflix, but they're already setting up that the Women's Intercontinental Tournament final is happening on week 2 of Raw is Netflix. So they're setting things up for the future, trying to keep people coming back. That's a good thing. Also, they got to factor in that, live numbers really don't matter no more. I know they kind of matter in Netflix's mind, but whether or not Raw is going to stay in that top 10 week after week after week on Netflix, that's the big thing. Um, let's see here. Ludwig Kaiser demands everyone's gratitude for himself, blah, 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 cuts a promo. Um, he demands that Braun Breaker come to the ring. Instead of Braun Breaker, Sheamus comes to the ring. Sheamus gets attacked by Kaiser. Sheamus hits a knee, sets up for a brogue kick and hits it. Um, then we cut to the back, LWO with the Alpha Academy, and Ray tells Otis he showed huevos by standing up to Chad and says that he'll win next time. The New Day show up. They applaud Ray's locker room leader advice, and Kofi asks if he gave Otis a shoulder to cry on. Ray tells him to go spill his BS elsewhere. And basically, we're setting up Ray and Kofi, and then maybe Xavier and Jey Uso. I like what they're doing with the New Day here. Io Sky versus Lyra Valkyria. This was really good. This was actually very good. I like this one. Lyra Valkyria with the nice roll up counter, advancing to the finals. And the finals are going to take place January 13th. Seth Rollins then makes his way to the ring, and we have a. I'm not going to spoil this promo for you guys, but man, you guys need to go back and watch it, whether it be on your DVR or on YouTube, because I'm sure they're going to put that whole segment up on YouTube by tomorrow. But man, they were throwing some pipe bombs here. They even mentioned Punk going to AEW. They mentioned the competition. Wow. This is crazy, man. This was absolutely crazy. This was giving me um, Hangman Page versus CM Punk vibes as far as promos go. Except for I get the feeling that Rollins did not go off script here. But yeah, what a way to wrap up the cable TV era of Raw. Um, 31 years they've been on cable television. Most of that, except for a 5-year break, so you might as well say about 26 of those years were on USA Network. Um, and it's been quite a ride. I can remember watching Raw on USA Network as a little kid. I can remember, SmackDown being on UPN when I was a kid. And now here we are. SmackDown is going to 3 hours on USA. NXT is on CW and is thriving, beating AEW some weeks. And now Raw is entering into a streaming era. You got AEW entering into a simulcast era, which I think might be good for them. But yeah, next week they have set up next week so good, and they called it a mega card, and it surely is. But my God, that promo at the end between Seth and Punk throwing personal pipe bombs back and forth at each other. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you down the road.
All of us who grew up watching want to know. By the way, I'm rocking back and forth like Jesse Ventura because I got a piss like a racehorse roll tide. We want to know, how in the hell is it possible to hang from the rafters? Was anyone fucking doing that?
Will you be serious? In fact, will you stop?